Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back. Today, I want to share with you a bit about the concept of finding ourselves in everything. But before we get into it, let's take a moment to all arrive and become present, not just with our minds, but also with our heart and with our energy. So if you'll just close your eyes or connect to your breath, if you can't close your eyes. Put one hand over heart center. Tune into the energy of this moment. Anything that's been on your mind or in your emotional space. Breathing in, soften the shoulders. Exhale and let it go. May we all be available to witness what we've never witnessed before, so that we might heal and grow. Gently opening your eyes, relaxing your hand, and welcome. So, this concept of finding ourselves in everything, it landed in my awareness after I read a bit of No Death, No Fear by Thich Nhat Hanh, an excerpt from a section entitled Giving Our Heat and Light. And I want to share it with you now. Ask yourself, where shall I go after this? Our actions and our words, which are being produced at this moment, take us in a linear direction. But they also take us in a lateral direction, as they flow into and influence the world around us. They can make the world more beautiful and bright. That beauty and brightness can go into the future. We should not look for our real selves in just one vertical direction. When I make a pot of oolong tea, I put tea leaves into the pot and pour boiling water on them. 5 minutes later, there is tea to drink. When I drink it, oolong tea is going into me. If I put in more hot water, making a second pot of tea, the tea from those leaves continues to go into me. After I've poured out all the tea, what will be left in the pot is just the spent tea leaves. The leaves that remain are only a small part of the tea. The tea that goes into me is a much bigger part of the tea. It is the richest part. We are the same. Our essence has gone into our children, our friends, and the entire universe. We have to find ourselves in those directions and not in the spent tea leaves. I invite you to see yourself reborn in forms that you say are not yourself. You have to see your body in what is not your body. This is called your body outside of your body. Thank you, Teacher Tay. What a beautiful remembering, an enlightening perspective to think of the body outside of your body, are the ways that our energy, our essence, is transformed in each and every moment. In the Beautiful Souls community yesterday, we practiced visualizing ourselves taking the journey of the tea plant from its initial seeding and sprouting on a beautiful crisp mountainside, just like our initial seeding and sprouting when our mothers became pregnant and we were newborns and infants, to being tended by their nurturing hands like the farmers, to growing and becoming young adults, right? Finally being harvested from the earth, our home, into the processing of what it means to be an individual. And we all go on this whole journey, and every step of the journey there is this expansion, not just in who we are in this vertical dimension of what is within us, what are our ideas and thoughts, but also the lateral dimension, outward, the horizontal dimension. The ideas we exchange with one another, the ways that our insights, our smile and energy impacts the world around us. And it's so easy to get lost and to forget in moments of self-doubt our illusions of separation. That too is us. Just as we are our ancestors, and every teacher, friend, or stranger who has imparted their wisdom on us. This remembering that we are part of everything. Everything in our space, there's a connection, there's an exchange. Not just in our outward expression, but also our receiving, right? Just as the tea plant is not only its ancestors, other tea plants that came before it, but also the elements of air, right? The air, the earth, water, the sun. So too are we, so too are our physical bodies, the food we eat. And if we remember that our actions are creating this ripple effect throughout our lives and spaces, throughout the cosmos, it offers us freedom and liberation from our separate, small natures that we can so easily get lost in. This also reminds me that one of the key pillars of self-compassion is connection. Because when we isolate ourselves, we start feeling lonely and start thinking that we are the odd man out in our experience, right? Or we get lost in ego, thinking we're better than or lesser than, when in reality we are all connected, all one, all dependent on one another in one or many other ways. So returning home to the heart of it all, the truth of the matter is we need one another. And so my question that I asked the Beautiful Souls community yesterday was, how would your life and your perspective change if this was at the forefront of your mind? You could see your energy, your body outside of your body in the world, if you could literally see it. And so many of the responses came back, well, I would be kinder. I would be more intentional about what I say and the energy I share with others. I wouldn't spend so much time doubting or judging. In that remembering, there's a liberation. And we get to touch both dimensions at once, right? This physical dimension, but also this vertical dimension, this beautiful spiritual inner journey that we all go on, where we tune in, whether you pray or you meditate or you journal or whatever ways you go into contemplation, and you bring that with you. So many of us partition out our lives and decide, oh, this is my time here, my sacred time. And now I have to go begrudgingly be with my boss or whatever other activities might be showing up in your life. when in reality it's all your time, our time. In every facet of our life, when we remember this broader perspective, is sacred. It was one of the most profound shifts for me. I think my first experience with this concept was, I was reading another book by Thich Nhat Hanh. It's called The Miracle of Mindfulness, over a decade ago now. And I remember the prompt was, allow the thought to arise that I'll point at myself. Then you take your finger and you point it away from your physical body. And you sit in meditation and contemplation until you can find the connection between your existence, your energy, and the object that you've just pointed at. And it was potent, because in that exercise, I came to the realization that, yes, even the desk in front of me is also me. It has supported and sustained me as I've been writing and creating. It's the collective energy of the earth, the water, the sun, the air, and all of those who took part in creating it that have also imparted comfort in my world, imparted support, imparted a delightful feeling, because I also enjoyed the aesthetic of the desk. So they too are with me, and they too are part of my writings, my sharings, and all the ways I've shared that space with that desk. And it's happening in every moment, just as right now as you're listening, you are an extension of me. And as I receive your comments or your messages, or just share that energy, I am also an extension of you. Because there is a resonance, there is a mutual exchange happening here with thoughts, ideas, and energies, and visuals, all the ways that we connect. And if we remember that, it allows us to show up with so much more intention. I also love going back to this tea metaphor he references, this idea that the boiling water brings out all of the most rich nutrients from the tea leaves, just as my most troubling moments have brought me here to this space in my life, in this place in my journey, where I'm sharing in my most authentic version, because I've been boiled a bit, right? But it's the same for each and every one of us. And if we can hold on to that perspective, it allows us to move through with greater ease those troubling moments, to recognize, oh, something is brewing here, right? And it won't only be for my benefit, but also for the collective benefit, in one way or another, if I stay present and do this right. And one of the most beautiful things on this journey is when I receive messages back from some of you that say, oh, this meditation or this sharing or this video was really supportive and really resonant, and it helped me and it shifted something for me. And granted, I know there's probably far more that don't or haven't been able to send a response, and that's fine. But the whole point of me saying that is to recognize that it is supportive on either end. As I share, I offer something to you. And as you share, you offer something back to me. And we become a sustainable energy system. So taking that time to be open and available to the concept of finding ourselves in everything, moving beyond the small ways that we limit our identity. And not just that, but also recognizing that we are always changing. the gift of impermanence. So many of us resist the change, not realizing that it is also allowing us freedom. There's a rebirth in every moment into a new shape, new place, the opportunity for new ideas, a new embodiment of what we believe. But we have to allow ourselves to shift our perspective out of myopia, nearsightedness, to a broader view beyond our physical form, to the ripple effect of our energy, our words, thoughts, and deeds into the broader world. To know that the time I spend with my niece is so important and valuable. The way I show up to these spaces is so important and valuable. The things I say are so important and valuable, and they have an impact on the world around me. And within that is also remembering to return to confidence, your own inherent worthiness, your own inherent enoughness, and also to move from a victim consciousness as an individual who we might see as only receiving energy from the world to a victor consciousness, I call it. Standing in a space of victory, of power, of creativity. Knowing that as a creative individual, the creation is the victory when you do it in an aligned way. So my question for you is, what is feeling aligned for you in this season? What is brewing and ready to be shared in each moment? And how might you liberate yourself if you let go of small, rigid perspectives of your identity and you allow yourself to find yourself in everything? I hope you'll take some time with that contemplation today, and I hope that our time together has allowed you to shift your energy and realign with your most vibrant nature. Also, before you go, I'd like to share that if this idea has resonated with you in any way, then you might also resonate with some of my other offerings. The main one being the Beautiful Souls online community. It's a soft space for grounding, healing, and transformation that I hold most mornings at 7:30 a.m. Central. We go on a 30-minute mindfulness journey with meditation and music and allow ourselves to check in so that we can tap into the broader view of life and not get lost in the busyness of things and the limited historical dimensional understanding. So if that resonates, I hope that you'll join us. You can find more information at asoulcalledjoel.com. Be well, beautiful souls, and we'll see you soon. Much love and light. Peace.